It's showtime. Ibom People's Radio. I am Ofiom Akwa. So, as you can see here, our topic is Air Peace. Major Nigerian airline versus the arrogant Emir of Kano, Alhaji Bayero. You can see that's the caption there. Air Peace versus the arrogant Emir. In fact, this is carried in the Trust newspaper, which is the Northern elite newspaper. So this paper carries this story and says, in fact, the caption is, the palace angry as Air Peace refuses to delay scheduled flight for Emir of Kano. Daily Trust. Let me give you the background for this arrogance. I was speaking with a friend of mine this morning, a Nigerian friend, who said to me, well, this is Fulani arrogance or Northern elite arrogance. And I laughed because it is what it is. It is what it is. This is Northern elite arrogance. Who the hell is the Emir Bayero? In my own book, the Emir Bayero may be important to people in Bayero, but that Emir needs to know that the owner of this airline Air Peace is also important to his own people, to his Igbo people also. He needs to know that. I know we have a difficulty in Nigeria getting to that because you have the dominant Fulani ruling elite in Nigeria who thinks the country belongs to them. This is part of this problem today. For purposes of transparency, I am an Akwa Ibomite. The state where I come from is the #1 earner in Nigeria. I will challenge the Emir. What does Kano contribute to the progress of Nigeria? Except arrogance. Except arrogance from people like him. This is 2022. We thought we have passed the stage. Here, an Akwa Ibomite seated here. We are the #1 earners in Nigeria. We get nothing. Nothing. When they go say, well, you see, you are only 9 million people. Well, the Fulanis are 9 million too. They're going to use all kinds of excuses to skim us out of the national politics and national economies in Nigeria. But this Emir is supposed to be bigger than me. It's supposed to be bigger than Akwa Ibomite. Let me give you the background to this. Because a lot of people don't know this, and it is very important they be informed about this. I'm very specific because I try to be extremely factual. And I tell my listeners, if I've made a mistake, if there's something I've said that's not, let me know. I am ready to use it in the next broadcast and correct myself. But outside, I am extremely factual. The Emir of Kano, that's why I'm kind of very specific in trying to read. This is not even my opinion. The Emir of Kano serves as the leader of the Tijani Sufi order in Nigeria. That's a Muslim order. Historically, the second most important Muslim position in Nigeria after the Sultan of Sokoto, who is the leader of the more populous Quadria Sufi order in Nigeria. Please, this has nothing to do with religion. I'm just being historically factual. So in Nigeria, you have this Emir who positions himself, or who is positioned as the #2 essentially to the Sultan of Sokoto. So you have Sultan of Sokoto and then you have the Emir. I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, these people don't do anything for Nigeria. Look, we've reached a point in Nigeria where the question is going to be, what have you done for me lately? Not how many titles you have. Nobody eats titles. Titles does not send anybody to school. Titles does not develop the economy. Titles does not develop the governance system in Nigeria or anywhere in the world. It's not titles. It's not titles. It is who you are as a person. It is your own contribution to the society. That is what should designate your importance in the society. This particular Emir, Aminu Ado Bayero, is the 15th Fulani Emir of Kano. from the Fulani Sulubawa clan. He became Emir recently, only 2020, after driving away his nephew, Mohammed Sanusi II, the irascible and gullible Mohammed Sanusi II, who was accused of embezzlement when he was governor of Central Bank. His EFCC case up to today is unresolved. This is the man he drove away. And he was able to use the services of Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, who is still the governor of Kano. Ganduje was the governor caught with dollars, bribery dollars on the internet, on camera. So these are the characters that we're dealing with. But you know what? The Emir arrives late for a flight, demands that the flight waits for him. Demands. See, it's one thing, in Nigeria, big men do these things. They feel they are above the law, even big men from other parts of the country. And the interesting thing is, I have been there where I've seen a big man say, stop the flight so that I can come late and walk into the flight. I've been on a couple of flights when Nigerian big men walked in after the flight was supposed to have left already. And some people don't think there's something wrong with this. Some people don't think there's something that is killing the society. And people wonder how come people are corrupt. What is corruption? When you have these people who are not ready to obey any laws, but they make a lot of laws. They pass law upon law. They do not obey any of them. Why do you think the arrogance of this Emir? Think about this. If Emir Aminu Ado Bayero had to write to Ofion Okwa about this, I would throw whatever nonsense petition is in the trash can. But here, he's not stupid. This is another thing people forget. These people are not stupid. The Emir knows that the person in charge of aviation, in charge of the NCWA, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, who has ultimate supervision over it, is a guy called Senator Hadi Sirika. So he knows that's his brother right there. Sirika is reportedly a relative to Buhari. And by the way, for those of you who don't know Nigeria, or most political positions is either you are connected to somebody, you are somebody's girlfriend's brother, or something, or ethnically connected to hold powerful positions. Not to be minister. Minister, everybody from every state is minister, and you all know that means nothing. You can be minister of sand. But the real ministerial positions go to people like Senator Hadi Sirika, who bows down in front of this Emir. This is the person that is going to receive the petition from this Emir. In fact, let me do the following. Let me give you a few quotes from this imbroglio. A few quotes. Please, this quote is from the Daily Trust. This is not even, my opinion is the fact that I am just shocked that in 2022, people can parade themselves as monarchs, right? They can parade themselves as religious leaders in the 18th century who decide what happens in civil society. That is my only surprise. But outside that, I'm good. Let me give you quotes from the trust here. The chief protocol officer of the Emir of Kano wrote a petition to NCWA over Air Peace's refusal to delay its scheduled Lagos-Kano flight in order to carry the monarch. So this is a man. The owner of this airline uses money to start this airline. The owner of this airline is following all the rules given to him by the government who registered him for this airline. The owner of this airline tells the people who are coming to take his plane, my plane is supposed to leave at this point, but now the Emir of Kano is like, who the hell are you? Who are you? This is not Igbo land. This is Fulani land. We run this land. This is the way I clearly interpret this. I stand to be contradicted. Let me give you a second quote from the paper, because have you noticed I focus on the quotes a lot from the paper. According to the Daily Trust, the palace, the MIS palace, Palace, as if you're in England, United Kingdom, a palace. Who cares about palace here? Palace does not produce nothing. Palace does not contribute a penny. Look, we have palaces in Mali where they don't even have money to buy the window. But you're lucky that your palace is in Nigeria where Niger Delta oil can be used to build. Again, let me repeat. I am from Niger Delta and I am apoplectic that we allow this to continue. He wants punitive action. Quote, for alleged disrespect to the Emir and people of Kano State. That's bullshit. That's BS. That is BS. I know I have comrades from Kano who are offended by this. So this theory that it represents people in Kano State, please, ladies and gentlemen, is inaccurate. He represents himself as the Emir. He represents the feudal, aristocratic caliphate system. That's all he represents. He does not represent the Talakawas of Kano. In my days as a student leader, I came to attend funerals. I mean, it's not funeral, it's basically a remembrance, yearly remembrance for Murtala Mohammed in Kano. And I've since been to Kano several times. The Talakawas, this man does not represent the Talakawas. The Talakawas have not eaten 3 times a day. The Emir arrived in a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce, fueled by Niger Delta money. Because I would like someone to tell me, where does this Emir come off? Where does he get all these resources that he's now saying that a man that worked very, very hard, Onyama, an Igbo man, to establish an airline, suddenly is disrespecting him? Really? Let me give you another quote. In a petition signed by Issa Bayero, a cousin to the Emir, have you noticed? His chief protocol officer is his cousin. And people are wondering why Nigeria is still behind. Signed by this protocol officer, said the airline delayed their Banjul to Lagos flight and refused to allow them to board their connecting flight to Kano because they arrived Lagos 30 minutes before. Well, if you arrive before the established time and it's a time where you wait. I have missed a lot of flights in my time because my connecting flight came late. That has nothing to do with Airpeace. Airpeace is just following the rules, and it's also just following rules that they themselves have established for their own passengers and following laid down NCAA rules. And then look at him. This man, his cousin here, who is the chief protocol officer of the MIO, Aminu Adobayero, look at him crying like a child. We, 10 of us, including His Highness Alhaji Aminu Adobayero, Sarkin Kano, and 4 other business class passengers, with additional other 5 economy class passengers, all boarded our return Airpeace flight number P47776 from Banjul to Lagos. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. You can travel anywhere, just follow the damn rule. How is this an issue? It is only in a country like Nigeria where these type of people are able to do this. Let me give you another quote. This is a quote from the PRO, the Public Relations Officer of the MIA. Travel with him. He said he personally called the chairman of Airpeace, Allen Onyama, to inform him of the situation and requested him to assist by delaying their departing flight to Kano as a mark of respect for the MIA. God damn. I mean, you see, today I usually try to be very calm. This drives me nuts because I know that this is just more than an arrogant, undeserving MIA. A religious leader. Not the political leader even. This man has his own religious sect. His own sect. A Fulani religious leader. That's what he is. He's not even. So I can see if some corrupt minister is trying to throw their, but you, the MIA, so they have to respect you. He says, yeah, this is not me. He says, to inform Allen Onyama of the situation, I requested him to assist by delaying their departing flight to Kano as a mark of respect to the Emir. Really? Does the Emir respect Igbo people? Some Igbo people are asking for their own Biafra. Don't they treat them like trash? Then this Onyama, who has worked very hard, should certainly prostrate in front of a lumpen Emir. In fact, he went on to say that he flatly refused, that's Onyama, and avowed that he would not do that. Thank you, Onyama. Thank you for standing up against feudalism. Thank you for standing up against ethnicity. Thank you for standing up against lazy people like this, who produce nothing, who don't work hard. This is why Nigeria fails, because nobody has thought it, important to stop these people in their tracks. Let me continue with what Onyama said. Quote, I personally took this as an insult and a flagrant show of disrespect. I'm sorry. This is his PRO now. Says for the plane not to wait for this man after the time had reached for the plane to leave the airport, to depart. He took it as an insult and a flagrant show of disrespect to His Highness and the Kano people at large. His Highness. Really? Has His Highness and his people in Kano overfed anybody in Nigeria? Nigerian budget the last time was about 9 trillion. Almost 3 trillion came from Akwa Ibom alone. I don't think the Akwa Ibom of Akwa Ibom, the Akwa Ibom of Ibibios in Akwa Ibom, the attack of Oron, I'm sorry, the attack of Iken, or the Ananang leader, any of these leaders, or an Eastern Obolo leader can suddenly stand up and start talking about how he needed respect. But all of this is because this complaint is going to Sereka, the guy who runs, by the way, Fulanis run everything in Nigeria. They run the airlines, they run the oil industry, they run everything. This informs this arrogance. I don't have a lot to say about this except to express outrage, except to congratulate Onyama for standing up to this. We all in Nigeria know that this will never end. This will never end. So it's not as if there's going to be some reform here. Somebody's going to become more accountable. Structurally, this is Nigeria for you. Structurally. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. It's almost like somebody going back to the founding of America and wanted to leave that British structure in place. America will not be where it is today. Nigeria will keep going backwards until it sits down and makes sure that all ethnic nationalities are given the opportunity to talk, given the opportunity to say whether they even want to be in this sham or not. This is clearly a sham. It may look official, but it's a sham. It's an official sham. And that's what Nigeria actually is. Thank you. Please, as I've indicated here, subscribe. You go to YouTube or Fiong Akwa, you punch the red, you'll be able to come in and hear me analyze these issues. We are not very many, but we are there to speak the truth to Nigerian elite power. We are there to explain the morass. We are there to explain why electricity is hard to get in the country. We are there to explain why all the children of this empire, I'm telling you, if you look very closely, his children are probably in the US or UK. So Nigeria is treated as a trash bin of impunity. Thank you. I'm going to be back to talk about the Electoral Act. Buhari is supposed to have signed some phony Electoral Act. Thank you. Goodbye. Be well. See you soon.